Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm really glad you found this space because today we're going to discuss something that can totally change your love life. And if you've been part of this wonderful community for some time, you already know we don't settle for shallow dating tips here. We go deeper. We talk about the real stuff, the things that make relationships not just exciting, but truly lasting and soul touch. Now, I want you to picture something with me for a moment. Imagine being the woman a man thinks about even when you're not nearby. The one he feels drawn to, not because of what you wear or how you act, but because something about you just feels different, more genuine, more rare. Today I'm going to share something that most women don't even realize they already have. But almost no one knows how to fully use it. It's a secret power that men want more than sex. Yes, you heard that right, more than sex. Because while physical attraction can create excitement, this secret power creates devotion. It creates loyalty. It creates that emotional pull that makes a man never want to leave. And once you learn how to access it in a natural and real way, you'll see a change. You won't have to chase love, you'll attract it. The right man will feel it and won't want to let you go. So today we're diving into what that hidden power actually is, how you already have it inside you, and how to use it to build the deep, meaningful connection you've always wanted. Let's get started. One of the greatest hidden powers a woman holds, the kind that pulls a man in more strongly than anything physical, is her ability to genuinely encourage the man in her life. Now, when I say encouragement, I'm not talking about giving empty compliments or saying what you think he wants to hear. I mean the kind of encouragement that sees who he really is, even when he can't see it himself. The kind that touches a part of him no one else reaches. The kind that makes him want to stand taller, push harder, become better, not because he feels forced, but because he feels inspired. You have to understand something very important about men. The world is always testing them. Every day, a man is out there competing, trying, working hard to meet some standards, some real, some made up, about what it means to be successful, strong, and attractive enough. And underneath all that effort, there is often a quiet, unspoken fear. Am I doing enough? Am I enough? Most men don't say that out loud. They carry it silently. They cover it up with bravado, humor, ambition, and charm. But it's there. And while many women think what men want most is praise for their looks or success, the truth is a man wants more than anything your genuine belief in who he is and who he can be. Your faith in his potential. Your ability to see the gold inside him even when life has covered it with dust. When a woman truly encourages a man, not by boosting his ego, but by seeing his deeper worth, it reaches him in a way almost no one else can. So it's when you say, "I love how passionate you are about your work. I can see how much it means to you." Or when you look into his eyes and say, "You have this amazing way of making people feel heard. Don't ever underestimate how rare that is." Or when you remind him after a setback, "You're the kind of person who doesn't quit. I admire that about you." Notice, it's not about flattery. It's not about cheering just to cheer. It's about specific, sincere encouragement based on who he really is. That's what makes it strong. That's what makes it different. Most men are used to their value being tied to what they achieve, how much money they make, how strong they look, how much they provide. But when you encourage the core of who he is, his kindness, his persistence, his creativity, his loyalty, you give him something he didn't even know he was starving for. The experience of being loved, not just for what he does, but for who he truly is. This kind of encouragement doesn't only make him feel good for a moment, it builds a bond, loyalty, an emotional mark that says, "When I'm with her, I feel more like the man I want to be." And believe me, the woman who makes a man feel that way is not easily forgotten. She becomes his home, his peace, his inspiration. But let's be honest, genuine encouragement isn't always simple. It asks you to slow down and really see him. It asks you to notice the small things he does, to recognize the quiet ways he shows up. It pushes you to look beyond the surface, past the armor he wears for the world, and find the gold underneath. Even on his rough days, even when he's not at his best. And here's the beautiful part. When you practice giving this kind of encouragement, you don't just change how he feels, you change how you feel. You begin to see your relationships from a place of plenty instead of lack. You stop trying to win love by being prettier, smarter, or sexier, and instead create love through true connection. Because encouragement, at its deepest level, says, I see you, I believe in you. I'm not here to compete, fix, or judge you. I'm here to walk beside you and remind you of who you are when you forget. That is powerful. That is unforgettable, and that is a kind of closeness no physical chemistry can replace. But if you want to truly hold a man's heart, don't just be the woman who excites him. Be the woman who encourages him to rise higher, dream bigger, and believe more in himself. That is the kind of encouragement that changes lives. That is the kind of love that lasts. And you already have everything inside you to give it. In a world that feels more chaotic every day, one of the greatest gifts a woman can offer is her calmness. Her ability to stay steady and be the eye of the storm when everything else feels overwhelming. And while it might sound simple, don't underestimate how magnetic this energy really is. Because the truth is, chaos is everywhere. It's in the noise of daily stress, constant notifications, endless to-do lists, pressures from work, family, money, and expectation. Men out there are fighting battles every day, and sometimes the last thing they want is to come home to another battlefield. Now, I'm not saying never show emotion. I'm not saying you have to be unnaturally cheerful or hide your feelings just to seem easygoing. True calmness isn't pretending. It's an energy you bring to the relationship that says, no matter what's happening out there, you and I, we're a team. You can breathe here. When a woman shows this, it feels like a deep breath for a man's soul. Because here's the truth. Many men have learned to connect relationships with tension, drama, feeling misunderstood, or always being criticized. They get ready for fights, battles, and feeling like one wrong word can cause an explosion. But when a man meets a woman whose energy is calming, supportive, and patient, it softens him in the most beautiful way. It makes him want to come closer. It makes him want to stay. See, it's easy to be calm when everything's going well. It's easy to be kind when there's no tension, no fight, no stress. But true emotional strength shows when there's confusion, pressure, or life gets messy. A woman who knows how to breathe through those times, who doesn't rush to conclusions, doesn't attack, doesn't get caught up in drama, becomes unforgettable. She becomes the safe place he didn't even know he needed. And this doesn't mean you never disagree. It doesn't mean you hide your needs or avoid tough talks. In fact, the calm woman is often the clearest communicator because she's not trying to win the fight. She's trying to protect the connection. She speaks with thought instead of reaction. She knows when to pause, when to breathe, when to listen deeply. Instead of pouring fuel on a small fire, she understands that how she shows up during tense moments shapes the whole emotional mood of the relationship. When a woman brings calmness instead of chaos, she sends a powerful message. I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to understand you. I want to figure this out with you, not against you. And when a man truly feels that from a woman, he relaxes. He lets his walls down. He starts to believe maybe this can be different from everything he's known before. Now, don't misunderstand. Bringing calm energy doesn't mean you become passive, doesn't mean you let bad behavior go. Real calmness has strength beneath it. It's the strength to stay steady even when feelings run high. It's the strength to say, I'm not going to meet chaos with more chaos. I will meet it with clarity, kindness, and boundaries when needed, but never with the desire to destroy. Because at the end of the day, what most men want, deep inside, beneath all the noise, isn't a perfect woman. It's a woman who makes them feel. Life together could be simpler, lighter, less confusing, more peaceful, more freeing. A woman who doesn't ask for perfection, but offers partnership. A woman who shows emotional maturity by showing him problems aren't the end of the relationship, but chances to grow closer. And that kind of energy, it's rare, it's priceless, it's unforgettable. A woman who can stay a calm harbor in a stormy world isn't just wanted, she's irreplaceable. She becomes the person he wants to call after a tough day, the woman he thinks about when he feels overwhelmed, the one he looks at and thinks, with her I can handle anything. And here's the beautiful truth. Calmness isn't about being flawless. It's about being mindful. It's about choosing to be present, kind and patient, day after day, moment by moment. You already have that ability inside you. And when you lean into it, when you pick calm over chaos, you're not just offering a man peace. You're giving him something even more valuable. The feeling of truly, deeply, finally being at home. Another quiet strength that many women hold without even realizing is emotional maturity. I want you to really take this in, because it's more than just seeming grown up or staying composed. When a man meets a woman who owns her feelings instead of throwing them onto others, who can say, hey, I'm feeling a bit off today, but I know it's my own stuff, and I'm working through it. He feels secure, he feels respected. He doesn't feel like he's being pulled onto a wild ride he didn't sign up for. Because the truth is, immature love blames, it demands, it reacts, it tries to control, to punish, to twist. But mature love, it takes ownership. It speaks with honesty and care. It says, here's what's going on with me. I want to share it, not to hurt you, but because I want us to feel closer. It says, I know my joy isn't your job. It's mine. But I'd love it if you'd walk with me while I build it. Imagine how rare and powerful that is for a man to feel when a woman doesn't treat him like her emotional babysitter, when she doesn't make him responsible for her peace or her identity. Something changes in him. He doesn't feel cornered. He feels trusted. And that makes him want to give more, not pull away. Emotional maturity is shown in the small things too. It's how you deal with letdowns without being cruel. It's how you cheer him on without needing to make it about yourself. It's the way you sit with a tough conversation, letting him open up at his own pace, not forcing feelings before he's ready. It's the wisdom to know not every disagreement has to be fixed in 5 minutes. And the grace to know love isn't about being flawless. It's about two imperfect people learning to move in rhythm together. When a man sees you've built your own emotional strength, when you can feel deeply but not fall apart, when you can speak your truth without blowing up, he doesn't just respect you, he looks up to you. He feels pulled to grow with you. He feels invited into a connection that's real, where he doesn't have to worry about being scolded for being human, for messing up sometimes or not finding the right words. This level of emotional maturity isn't always shiny. It's not the firework beginning of a romance. It's not the social media perfect moment. It's the calm power behind the curtain. It's what holds things together long after the early excitement fades. It's what lets love go deeper instead of falling apart. And don't get it twisted, being emotionally mature doesn't mean you're never soft. It doesn't mean you always act tough or hide your heart behind walls. It means you share your heart with wisdom. You let yourself be seen without needing someone to fix or rescue you. You express what you need without throwing down ultimatums. You say sorry when you're wrong, not because you're weak, but because you care more about the connection than about being right. And that's magnetic. That's the kind of woman who doesn't just catch a man's eye. She wins his respect, his loyalty, his heart. Because looks may attract his body, but emotional depth, that captures his soul. That makes him realize you're not just someone fun for now. You're someone he can build forever with. And here's the most amazing part. You don't have to try hard to become emotionally mature. That strength is already inside you. It shows in the pause you take before reacting. It lives in your choice to respond with love, not fear. It's in the courage you show to grow, not because someone told you to, but because you chose it. Emotional maturity is a quiet kind of power, and once you truly own it, you'll realize you don't need to chase connection. You'll naturally become the kind of woman men feel honored just to love. Another deep gift you hold, the one men crave even more than physical closeness, is the ability to be his peace. Now, this doesn't mean being perfect or never feeling emotions. It doesn't mean smiling all the time or pretending life is always easy. Being his peace means you become that space where he feels calm, where the masks drop, where he doesn't have to perform, compete, or always be on guard. It means that with you, he feels like he can finally exhale. Because here's the truth, people rarely say men walk around wearing invisible armor. They move through the world believing they need to be strong, successful, in control. They push down feelings, they hold stress, they fight private battles in silence. Because somewhere along the line, they were told vulnerability makes them weak. So after all of that, when a man finds a woman who isn't another war zone, but instead a place of warmth, safety, and support, it shifts something in him. It's not about agreeing with him all the time. It's not about never needing anything from him. It's about the energy you bring. It's about being the one person he doesn't have to explain everything to. The one who helps him feel seen instead of judged, valued instead of criticized, safe instead of tense. Being his peace means you love who he is, not just what he does. It means when he opens up, even clumsily, you don't use it against him later. You treat that moment with care. You show him his softness is safe with you, that he doesn't have to be the strong one every single second, that he's still loved when he's raw and real. And the amazing thing? When a man feels this kind of peace with you, he rises. He steps up. He feels strong again. He feels capable and inspired. He wants to protect you, provide for you, give you his all. Because you're not another pressure point. You're his safe space. You become the woman he compares all others to. And no one else quite matches up. Now, this doesn't mean you give up your own peace just to make him feel better. Real peace comes from both partners bringing their best energy. It's two people building something solid, not one giving endlessly while the other only takes. So when I say be his peace, I'm not saying be his emotional sponge. I'm saying protect your own peace with everything you've got so you can invite him into it, because peace is powerful. When you're calm, grounded, joyful, not because of him, but because you chose it, you lift him up to that same level. And when life hits hard, like it always does, you don't fall apart. You stay centered. You help him remember the bigger picture. You show him by your presence alone that storms can pass, that love doesn't break at the first sign of trouble. There is nothing more captivating, more unforgettable, more rare than a woman who creates peace within herself and offers it freely. Not out of neediness, but out of love. Not because she needs him to give something back, but because she knows who she is. Because you understand love isn't supposed to be a battlefield. It's not about pushing each other's limits or trying to win. It's about protecting something precious. It's about being the place where each of you can land after the world wears you down. And when a man finds that in you, he'll protect it. He'll honor it. Because underneath all the craving for beauty, praise, or thrill, what he wants most, what he truly needs, is to come home to peace. And here's the beauty. You don't need to create that peace just for him. You just have to become it. Let it live in you. Guard it. And allow the right man, the one who sees your value, to step into that space. That's when real love begins. That's when a relationship stops being hard work and starts becoming a safe, sacred place. That's when love becomes something you don't have to chase. It becomes something you live. You already hold that power inside. Own it, shine with it, and watch how the right man, the one searching for peace in a chaotic world, is drawn to you like nothing else. So if there's one thing I hope you remember, it's this. You are so much more powerful than you think. The things men long for the most, your emotional depth, your energy, your maturity, your calm, aren't things you need to learn. They're already in you, waiting for you to embrace them. You don't need to compete. You don't need to chase. You don't have to constantly prove how valuable you are, because your value, it's not in how loudly you speak it. It's in how quietly you know it. It's in the way you carry yourself. It's in your calm confidence. When you live like you know you are the prize, you stop needing to be chosen. You choose. You stop needing approval. You attract love that sees you, respects you, and holds you dearly, not because of your looks or what you give or how well you perform, but because of who you truly are. You become unforgettable, not because you were trying to be, but because you were brave enough to be real. So today, I dare you. Fully step into the woman you already are. Protect your peace, embrace your heart, walk in your power, without shrinking, apologizing, or doubting. And know this, the right man, the one worthy of that bright, rare energy you hold, is already looking for you, for the very magic you've always had. Don't hide it, don't water it down. Don't be afraid to shine just because someone else might not be ready. You are a force. You are a light. You are the kind of woman that only comes around once. And when you finally own that, the right man won't just want you, he'll feel grateful every single day that he found you.